Welcome to our next episode of
Fandom
Family
Chats.
This is a production of Family Fan Clubs on Facebook. You can find us all over Facebook. You can find us all over social media under Fandom Family Chats. Look us up, get dialed in, get plugged in, and get ready to listen to some crazy people talk crazy stuff. Hey guys, welcome back to FFC. This is Maureen.
I'm Amanda.
And today we are finally, you guys do not understand how much of a labor of love this has been to get to talk about the bear with you. I got so excited I couldn't figure out my words. We have tried to record this podcast at least 4 different times before actually getting on this recording. So I think, you know what? If you're listening, clap for us, because I think we deserve applause for getting on here and getting it done today. But this is one of our favorite shows. I think, Amanda, you spearheaded this, didn't you? To get us all to watch the show?
Yes, I did.
And
you know what? It took me a long time to watch The Bear too, because I didn't fully understand what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of confused.
Yeah.
And I started watching it like 2 or 3 different times, and I never got through the first episode.
It took us behind you.
And then, I finally just said, I kept hearing and seeing it everywhere. And I'm like, okay, it's got to be decent if my TikTok is being taken over by it. Mainly, I'm sorry, but that's how I know things are good.
Yeah.
And so I finally sat down and watched it, and I was like, this is amazing.
And it's okay. So the premise for the bear is it's recorded in Chicago, so it's near me. So in September, I want to take a trip, because we've gone to Chicago for conventions before, us at FFC. If you don't know that, you can go on our Instagram. I was just actually, for some reason, I was watching those the other night. But when Amanda and I went, it was the year before I got cancer, or the year that I got diagnosed with cancer. Amanda and I met up in Chicago and went to a convention for Vampire Diaries, and we live streamed a whole bunch of stuff, and we had so much fun, and there's a ton of videos and pictures. And then the year that I was going through treatment, Jeanette and I went, and we got to go watch the Chicago shows be filmed. So for me, I want to just drive, because it's 2 hours for me. I just want to drive down there and watch the bear be filmed one day in September, and just that
would be fun.
The premise for the show, it's a Chicago-based eatery. It's like a little deli. It's an Italian. And since this show, okay, my husband, Amanda, told us to watch it. Jeanette watches it. She loves it just as much as we do. We're the only 3 on FSC that watch it. And I'm a little surprised Tiffany hasn't picked it up yet. I think Tiffany would love this show.
I think she's in her book era right now.
Yeah. She'll
get there.
I was just telling Amanda before we started that I'm 21 episodes behind across Chicago, because I have 7 episodes left of each season, because Amanda set a challenge up for us to read books, and now I have accepted the challenge, and I don't want to lose now, even though I'm woefully behind Amanda.
I'm winning. I'm on 80.
But this is a show about a Chicago eatery. My husband and I watch it together. Now, what you do need to know is the F word is said a lot, a lot.
It's a kitchen. There's a lot of
that's exactly
crude language.
It's not gratuitous. I mean, you don't want to hear the F word that much in a day. I don't enjoy hearing it that much a day. But in the context of a kitchen, it makes sense, because I've worked in kitchens. That's what it sounds like. They all have very foul. Even people who outside of work, they don't always talk like that. But when you're in the kitchen, it's a whole different beast. And it's intense. It's harried. It's fast paced. It's crude. I don't know. It's like the workman's labor. No, what am I trying to say? Layman's vocabulary is what I'm trying to say. It's vulgar a little bit, but it makes sense in the context of this show. Now, I'm not a person who uses that language. I don't like that language. I don't even like when I read books and it's in there, I will change the word as I'm reading it in my head. I don't like it, but it makes sense in this show. So it's not as offensive to me, because it just makes sense. They're not just saying it just to say it. It's because that's what it's like. Jeremy Allen White is the lead in this show. He plays Carmen. And it's good. It's just, he takes over this eatery from his brother, who, should I say what he did? I don't know if I should say what he did.
No.
His brother no longer owns it.
His brother died. We can say that.
He did. Okay, he did die.
Yeah.
He took it over. And it's just how he goes from this upscale, classically trained, really amazing chef down to a Chicago eatery that serves Italian pizza.
It's fun.
It's so good. It's so good. The dynamics between the characters is out of this world.
Yeah. You get a lot of that tenseness.
You
get the drama, but then you get these windows of comedy.
Yes.
Like you gotta get it all with this. Like that's why I enjoy it. It's all over the
Mhm.
map. I like how real it feels.
Yes.
It just feels it feels like I'm watching a reality show, but in television form.
Mhm. Mhm.
That makes any sense.
It
I know
does, yeah.
reality shows are in television form, but I mean like
They're not all as scripted as a regular TV show. Just a little less.
there you go. A very tight scripted reality show.
That makes sense to me. I get it. And I even from a technical standpoint, the way they film it, they can create such emotion and such tension and so like the emotion that they stuff into these moments just by their filming techniques is astounding to me. Like when they're in the kitchen, my favorite is in season 2, the one of the final episodes when they're doing that dinner and
Mm-hmm.
the cameras, and even in season 1 when he his first like lunch rush and the camera is like all it's very jerky. It's
Oh
not a
yeah.
smooth transition from scene to scene. It's like a snap cut from scene to scene. And they're
Yeah.
going between bouncing between face to face to face to face. And it fills you with the same feeling that they're feeling. Like you're anxious and like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh. And the first episode we watched, my husband said, I can't tell if I like this or not. And then we watched it again. He's like, no, this is amazing. I'm
Yeah.
very stressed out watching this, but I cannot stop watching it. And that's how, if you're a chef, that's kind of how your life feels all the time.
That's how I feel every night when I'm making dinner.
Right? I love cooking. I love doing this. I don't know if I love this emotion, but I can't stop doing it either. That's kind of what the bear does to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I plus I love Jeremy. I've loved Jeremy Allen White for many years before the bear.
I have to tell you, I didn't know who he was. I was wondering because we have a group chat and sometimes we send pictures of the fellas that we're
Mm-hmm.
into at the moment. And right around when the bear was like, right before season 2 came out, I think Amanda started sending us all these things of Jeremy Allen White. I'm like, who is this dude? Why are you sending these people? I don't understand and it was from the bear. It's the only thing I've ever seen him in. What else is he in? I know he's been in other things, but I don't know
Shameless.
what.
Yeah, he was known for Shameless. He
Oh,
was one of the main characters in Shameless,
okay.
which you cannot watch that.
Yeah, I have no. I've been warned against that show, so I won't pick it up. But I've heard that it's top notch show,
It
just not
is.
for everybody.
It's an amazing show. It is just very crude. just like Jeremy Allen White, apparently.
Maybe that's his shtick. Maybe
It
but
is.
you know what I like about him too, and this, I think he plays this into Carmi a little bit. When you see him being interviewed for a show, he's not he's not this braggadocious type of dude. He's very
Mm-mm.
humble. He's very quiet. It's so cute when they're. I watched one because like when you get caught up in a show, and then you have to watch all the interviews about that show and all the things that come out about that show. That's what I get. I get into those holes on YouTube. And there was one where he was like a Vogue thing, getting ready for some premiere or something, and he like his hands were like shaky and he was so nervous and
Oh yeah.
it was adorable that he does this great work and I mean, I'm blown away by what he did in the show, like blown
Oh
away.
yeah.
And
This
he's this
show's
humble
really,
guy.
yeah. This has really kind of separated him out.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll get more and bigger roles because of this show. He wouldn't have because of Shameless,
Yeah, I'd agree with
but
that.
he would. I feel like the bear really showcases what he
Mm-hmm.
can do.
Yeah, and I mean, do you feel with the show, like I want my instinct to say that Jamie Allen White's the main character, but there's a lot of main characters in the show, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like he's the main character,
Mm-hmm.
but
But even the side characters feel heavily important.
I would yeah, I mean, I would say like Carmi, Richie,
Oh, I love Richie.
Sydney,
Mm-hmm. I like I didn't like her at first.
Sugar. I count Sugar as like the main.
Tina.
Tina,
Tina is my girl. I love her. And oh, what is
Marcus.
Marcus? That's his name. He's I did get irritated with it. Okay, Marcus is there. He's very into desserts. I don't know what his role was in that place while Carmi's brother was alive.
I think he did all the bread.
Oh, that's right, the bread. Because like what he's doing now, I cannot picture him working with this borderline schizophrenic man in
Oh, I
an
know.
Italian beef restaurant.
I know. I
But there
really
were
liked when he went and
yes,
trained.
yes. And that's one thing that I like about this is you see Carmy and you think you have him pegged for what kind of character he's going to be. You have it in your head. This is who he is based on how he acts. But then he does stuff like send Marcus off to get trained. And with Richie,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh. Can we just talk? Richie is my favorite in this entire show.
Oh my
I love
gosh.
him more than Carmen.
It
Richie,
took me until season 2 to completely
yep,
fall in love with him, but
absolutely
season
it did.
2 like cinched in the deal.
Mm-hmm. I okay, this might be a little strange, but I cried so hard in the end of season 2 when Carmen exploded on him. I was like, don't you dare.
Don't you talk to
Don't
my
you
man like that.
dare. Like his his character development is so
Oh,
amazing and
yes.
complete.
Yeah.
We just got puppies. We got golden doodle puppies in October. They're 8 weeks old when we got them. And my husband, we had just finished watching that summer both seasons of I wanted to call it Italian Beef.
The
Both
bear.
seasons of The Bear. And my husband wanted a boy dog, and we've never had boy dogs. And so there was this black dog. He was very meaty, he was very stodgy, he was like it just feel like his body was too big for his skin. And
Yeah.
we named him Beef, but we were going to spell it Berf because Richie
Oh,
wore a shirt that said Italian Burf. And
burp.
Carmi came down. He's like, your shirt says Italian Burf. And the name of the restaurant is Italian Beef.
Beef.
Yeah, it was a
Misprints.
misprint. What do you want? So
Might as well wear them.
my kids didn't like it though. They wouldn't let us keep the name. So we changed his name to Moose, but it was Beef spelled Berf at first.
I think you guys should have kept it.
We should have. I'm sad every day that we didn't. My
Screw them
husband has
kids.
also been making Italian beef sandwiches like it's his job since this came out, and they're so
Ooh.
good.
That does sound. I don't think I've ever made one.
We need to meet up in Chicago in September, you, me, and Jeanette, and go watch them film and then go get Italian because the Italian beef sandwiches in Chicago are out of this world.
Hopefully, I can. I'm supposed to be traveling beginning of October.
No, at some point, we need to meet up in Chicago and
I know.
watch them film. And we could get you to meet Jeremy Allen White.
Then I might, if you do that, then I might like ditch my friend's wedding. And
I mean, what's more important, really, in the grand scheme of things?
it's her second wedding. It's okay.
How many times are you going to be able to meet Jeremy Allen White? You can
Exactly.
watch the wedding video. Same thing.
I don't even know if I'm gonna go yet, but
I'm a wedding planner, so that was obviously very not serious of me. That's not the same thing.
2 and 2 are not put together.
But I think one thing I really like about the show, we've talked about the filming, how it's different than your normal thing, how they create emotion because it's not always so like jumpy like that. But there are moments when they tail it back, like when they have family gatherings with Oliver Platt, who is one of my favorite people of all time. Do I love his character in this? No, but I love Oliver Platt. I think his character is necessary. I like his character,
I
but
like his character. I don't
his
love him,
character is who
but
he's
I
supposed
like
to
him.
be. So it's
Yeah.
not that it's a bad character. It's just, is he a Richie? No, he's not a Richie, but he's Oliver
No.
Platt.
I
Which
know.
I'll
And I
take.
mean, everybody here knows that my favorite character in Chicago Med is Dr.
Mine
Charles.
too.
So
Yep.
I was extremely happy when I saw him. And we get a lot of different guest stars
Mm-hmm.
in this.
Jamie Lee Curtis in this.
Joe McHale, Molly Ringwald.
I forgot Molly Ringwald. Where was Molly Ringwald?
She was at the AA meeting.
Oh my gosh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah. No, we have a lot.
I forgot Joel McHale was in there. And what is that chef's name? The one who makes me laugh until Maddie Matheson. He plays Neil Fack. He's an actual chef. Like that's his job. He's a chef. But he is also him and Richie together might be my favorite TV combination of all time.
I love them two together.
He's so funny.
He is. I wish we get more of him. I know we already get a lot, but I love him. And I guess like he's not there. He's not one of the main people. He does have another job. I mean, he is a chef. But his main purpose supposedly was supposed to just be kind of making it seem real.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like he knows what a kitchen is, how it's supposed to run, and what the realistic feel of it is. So that's kind of why he was there in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. But he was just so good in it.
And I think everyone just loved him, so they just kept incorporating him more.
And he doesn't play a chef on the show either.
No.
He plays a handyman fix-it guy, which he's not good at all.
No. That's the beauty of it.
That episode where Richie's in the bathroom, or no, Fack is in the bathroom and he's trying to fix, was it the toilet that he's fixing? And Richie comes in because that's where they all go to pout or to cry or to do whatever they
Yeah.
have to do. And they get, don't they get like a wrestling match in the hallway? They plow.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I'm gonna have to go rewatch. There's so many good scenes in
Yes.
this show.
Mm-hmm. And the dynamics between each character, like even okay, I hope I don't say her name wrong, but Ayo Edibiri, is that her name? Ayo Edibiri. She plays
You're
Sydney.
saying it as good as me.
She's playing Sydney, and her character at first, like she seems like this very, she had a lot of development too, but her development was subtle, where she
Yeah.
went from new graduate of a why am I culinary school. Kept thinking collegiate. That's not the word I wanted to use. She was a new graduate of a culinary school. She had these big hopes, these high dreams. To work with Carmen was a big deal because he's a big name in the chef world. And then you just see her slowly develop into one who has her own voice. She's always had her own voice, but it
Yeah.
was almost like she would whisper her own voice in her defiance. But then her and Carmi, season 2 is about how they opened the Bear. It went from the Italian beef restaurant to the Bear, which was Carmen and Sydney's. They co-own it.
Baby.
Yeah, it's I don't know if that'll no, but
Well,
yes.
restaurant baby.
Mm-hmm. And even like, okay, so Sydney, you watch her find her voice and she becomes a loud proponent, even to the point where she's like, screw this, I'm out. I'm not gonna do this with you. This like so that was really fun to watch her. She's by the end of the season 2, like I liked her in the first part,
Yeah.
but and I felt bad for her more often, is what I felt for her. But by the end of season 2, she was such a solid character. I did get mad at her a couple times because I thought
Oh
she was
yeah.
being too selfish, but she's a solid character, a solid part in this by the
Oh
end.
yeah. I love seeing her character development and how
Mm-hmm.
she goes from baby chef to pretty much
Yes.
running
Mm-hmm.
the restaurant in such a small amount of time, which is a little bit unrealistic. But I think she had a lot of talent up front to put, I guess, her words in her mouth. I mean,
Yeah. No, if I remember right, did she have a notebook where she would draw out the food? That was what she did, right?
uh-huh. Uh, was that her or Carmi?
No, I think that was maybe it was no, I thought it was her. Maybe I
You
don't
might
know.
be
Maybe it
right.
was both
You
of
might
them.
be right.
But I thought that was another little brilliant trick, like a
Yeah.
something that an added layer. And then you have Tina, who again, she goes, she doesn't like Carmi at first. He's up in her business, telling her what to do. And
Oh my,
Tina
Tina
does
took
not
me
like that.
forever.
Yes.
Because my initial reaction to her was like, oh, I like her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just like kept being rude. And I'm like, okay,
Knock it off now.
like, like I forgave you the first 5 times you did it. Now you're starting to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Like, this is getting personal. She's still not even one of my favorites.
Oh, I
I
love
have to
Tina.
say. I know a lot of people do. I don't I don't hate her,
I think
but she like really kind of her character just kind of really ruined me
well, I think
for
for
me.
her it was that she was so used to taking what is Carmi's brother's name?
Michael?
Michael, that's his name. I keep wanting to call him what his name was in Walking Dead.
I know.
Not the same
John.
person.
Well, I always don't know him as John.
Was that his name on The Walking Dead?
Mikey. That's his real name.
I was gonna say I want to call him like something not John.
Shane.
Shane. That's okay. I keep wanting to call him Sean. Shane is what I want to call him. Shane was on that show. That's what we started.
Yeah,
Mikey.
sorry.
I think no, that's my fault. I derailed us. I think Tina, her thing was she's so used to having to care for Mikey's chaos and watch him and guard him that his restaurant became like an extension of him that she still had to protect it. And I think that she kind of thought that Carmen was coming to take that away. And so she fought him on every turn because she felt like protecting the restaurant was protecting Mikey. But I think it was right after Carmen's first like emotional breakdown that she realized, oh wait, okay,
Yeah.
he's not some snobby, snooty, detached dude. He's an extension of Mikey. And then she started turning around. And then when she got trained, when he sent her off for training and she came back, she just wanted someone to, as much as she protected Mikey, I'm sure she was abused by Mikey in the same way everybody else was.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah.
wanted to be told she was good at what she did and to have someone look at her like she was worth a damn.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you. she's just still not one of my favorites.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I think she did have a good amount of character development.
Mm-hmm.
And she went from the point of me like really disliking her. I don't use
Yes.
hate all the time.
Oh, I was close to
Really
that though.
disliking her to just like I like her, but sometimes I forget about her.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of
Yeah.
where my mind is, but they're like I can take her or leave her. The I can't think of his name right now, the old guy that
Ibrahim,
works with her. His part in that like upset
I
me
liked
and made
him.
a bigger dent than Tina did. Like when they were going through that culinary program
Mm-hmm.
together
Oh,
and
and he just walked out.
oh, it broke my heart.
Yeah. I was
It
mad at
really
him for
did.
that.
I was like, why? But it just like broke me because he's like, I feel like he just feels like he's too old to learn something new.
Yeah.
And that's I get that. I'm
Wasn't
not
there?
old, but I get that.
I just said I have to correct something. I did say that the name of the restaurant was Italian beef. I meant original beef, not Italian beef. The name of the
Oh,
restaurant is
I
the
didn't
original
even
beef of Chicagoland. That's the name of the
I could
restaurant.
see the original beef now
Yeah.
that you said it. I didn't even catch that.
On our anniversary, we always go to this to Madison. It was where my husband and I always go on our anniversary and we spend a weekend there. And there was a comedian that we were listening to who came out from Illinois and he was wearing a shirt that said the original birth. I'm like, oh,
Uh that's fun. And you have a conversation starter.
I did. I was just like, hey, nice shirt. He went, yeah, I get that a lot. Sure you do.
I need a shirt like that. That's not like in your
We could
face, but
we could make one. Just like Richie's. Ricky. I needed that.
not my
Ibra
brother.
Okay, so I agree with Ibrahim. Like I thought him leaving was more upsetting, and it even wrecked his relationship with Tina for a while, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
And I was really disappointed, like because he's one who I liked him right away because he was kind, he was nice
Mm-hmm.
to Carmi. It was like he understood because he's a Somalian refugee. It was like he understood where he came from and what he has now, even though it's not a lot now. He just
Yeah.
tries to keep his head down and do his work and just stay the course. So I liked him, but then when he left the culinary thing, he was the only one who didn't have development.
Yeah.
He kind of just stayed this. So I liked him, but it was when he left the culinary school, like, dude, you just went down a couple notches in my book now.
I know. It made me really sad though.
Yes.
I wasn't as disappointed as I was just sad.
Hmm.
I was like,
And I felt
oh
sad for him.
yeah. I
And
felt like
that's
he was just felt misplaced. And that just I don't know, that
Mhm.
feeling just like hit me. I was like, oh, I want to
Yeah,
hug
I
him.
agree. Yeah. The other one who I like is Sugar, who is Carmi's sister. I
Yes.
liked her and Sydney's relationship together. Like I like when she was
Yeah.
pregnant and Sydney was making her an omelet. Like I just because Sydney is the calm that Carmi needs. And
Mhm.
Sugar just needs someone logical to speak to. That's not Carmen because he's insane sometimes. So
Yeah.
I liked Sydney and Sugar together.
I did too. I liked when Sydney kind of took hold of the
Hmm.
restaurant a little bit
Yep.
and gave Sugar that project. Was she a project manager?
Yep. I agree.
Of the bear.
Hmm.
I think she did amazing. I hope that
She
she's
did.
still like up kind of a part of it in season 3.
Oh, she has to be because it's the family.
I just don't know what she would play
I think I
unless she
think
does like
if
the office
Mikey's
work.
still a part of the show, I think that Sugar can still be part of the show, even if
Well, no,
she's
I think she'll still be in the show. I'm just trying to figure
oh.
out like what because like
I
in season 2 she was project manager. Like that's what she was doing.
Well, I think that they'll pull her in to keep the finance, even though she's not an accountant. I think they'll pull her in to help keep that
Like
afloat
yeah, like the
because
office work.
she invested money into it too, didn't she? Or she had some skin in the game in this. It wasn't just like
Yeah,
she's not co-owner by any means, but she has some skin in this game, I think. So that I think that she has the business head to keep it afloat.
I do too. I just hope they I like to
I
see
do, I
her.
agree. A part of the business still.
Her husband though
I was just
cracks
gonna
me
bring up
up, man.
Pete. Oh my gosh, I love
Oh
Pete for
my
all the
gosh.
reasons that you're supposed to love Pete, which is that he's
Yes.
ridiculous in the best way.
The things that just don't bother that man.
He just wants to fit in.
I d- like why? Do you really want to fit into that family?
Oh my gosh, the one where it was about the seven fishes. I think that was the name of the episode. It was when
It
they all had
was
Christmas, and Pete's
that
just
episode.
in the midst of all this insanity. She's like, Good food.
Just so unbothered. It's like I just want to live my life like Pete.
I know. There is a part of me that would like to be Pete when I'm an adult. I don't know, some part of me when I'm grown up.
I totally am right there with you.
That Christmas episode though was so stressful.
I've watched this episode more than I have
Mm-hmm.
any of the other
Yep,
episodes.
I agree with that.
And to me, it's not even for the fact of like I love it the most.
No, there's so much.
There was just so much, and like people will like say something. I'm like, I don't remember that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and every time I rewatch the episode, I'm like catching new things.
Yep.
And we also have a lot of big names in that episode.
Yes.
There's so much. I guess we find out where Carmi gets his attitude.
At least part of it.
Like, I don't know, not attitude, but personality. There you go.
Mhm.
His personality
His
comes from his
stress
mama.
level, yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis plays a good crazy person.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like a great crazy person.
I
She's
feel like
mom, by the
she's
way.
played that role before and she nails
she?
it every time. Yeah. Because I can like distinctly remember in my head of her like flipping out because she does it so well.
She does
She's
such a good job.
amazing at it.
I feel like I've seen her freak out on a lesser scale, but I don't watch all of her. Like I watch the Fun Family Jamie Curtis movies, like those, except for this, which I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I think she's a phenomenal actress. I think she can do all things. But I don't.
See, I'm
I
like
know
a
she does some
Halloween fan
horror. Yeah, I
too.
was gonna say
So
she does like the horror stuff, and I don't watch the horror stuff.
to me, in like Halloween movies, it's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that's like kind of one of her original
Yep.
sticks. And
Her first one was like what? Was it 1981?
I think it might have been before that.
Really? Is Halloween that old?
It's pretty old. So the first Halloween came out in 1978.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that old.
She's just a phenomenal actress, either no matter what genre she
Absolutely.
plays. It feels so natural
Mm-hmm.
to her. I feel like when she plays crazy, I'm like convinced she is. And when she
Yep.
plays nice and normal, I feel like she is. She makes me believe whatever she's selling in any movie.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay.
Another fun, I got because I have to mention him in this podcast.
Yes.
Luca, the dessert chef that Marcus goes and trains with.
Oh yes. I was like, no, the dessert chef is Marcus, Amanda.
Yeah, the Luca guy
I liked him.
Marcus goes. So that's Will Poultner.
Wait, his name was Luca? What? I'm looking for him. Why can't I find him? Was he only in one episode? Oh no, I know who Will Poulter is. I can't believe that Jamie Lee Curtis was only in 2 episodes of this because her presence feels so heavy throughout the whole show.
It does. That's just because she's an amazing actress.
Well, and like the Donna, what was her last name? Barzotto? Bearzotto. That's why it's called the Bear, because it's Bearzotto is her last name. Donna Bearzotto. It's her. Her presence looms so big in the lives of all these people.
Yeah, absolutely it does.
And I think with this show, like we aren't intending this to be like a recap, but a review of the show and why it's good and why you all need to be watching this show because it's so amazing. It's on FX, right? That's where it goes live. We watch it on Hulu,
Yeah.
but it's live on FX.
Mhm.
When you first come in, like you don't get eased into this show in season 1. It's not like,
No.
oh, Carmi's walking along. Oh, Carmi does this. Oh, Carmi's now here. No, it's like you're bam. Like you're just like
You're like
tossed
in it.
into this kitchen pit and you're just there.
I honestly think that's why I had a hard time getting into it.
Probably, yeah.
Because
you're
I felt like I
scrambling for
kept
a
missing
lifeline.
things.
Mhm.
I was like, wait, well, who's that? Well, like, what? I felt like I just like missing so much stuff that it was hard for me to keep on. But you start learning all these
Mhm.
things
Yep.
very quickly. I feel like within the first 3 episodes,
I would say you start to figure stuff out by then, yeah. But the
You kind of
pacing
have
is
everything.
so quick that by the time you figure something out that has already happened, you're trying to
Yeah.
figure out something else that's going on currently. And then by the time you figure that out, it's the same situation because the pacing is so quick because they
Mhm.
set it up to be that way. So you get this show that throws you right into the midst of the action and then you're trying to play catch up the whole time. When the season ends, you just kind of sit there and take a deep breath like,
What did I just watch?
what just happened?
Now I gotta
But
restart.
in a good way. Exactly. In a good way though. Like when season 2 ended, My husband and I just sat there staring at the TV in silence for a minute, and then he's like, "Do you want to watch it again?" Yeah,
Mhm.
yes, let's start over.
This is one of those shows that you do need to watch more than
Mhm.
once
Because there's so much
because you
happening.
do. You miss so many things
Hmm.
watching it just one time.
They
Like I'm
layer it.
yeah, I'm not big on watching shows like back to back, like over again. Like I like a break. If I just
Yeah.
finish a show, I never go and just rewatch it right after.
Hmm.
But I did on The Bear. After I finally finished season 2, I went back and started it from 1 and then rewatched it. And there's like certain episodes where I would just rewatch that episode.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I don't feel like I paid attention enough, or I don't feel like
Yep.
I didn't understand something. And it's just an easy show to one watch and rewatch.
Yeah. Like
And
we could only do like 2 episodes a night because there's just so much, and like because you feel the stress that they feel when you're
yeah.
watching it, that I was like, okay, two, I've done my shift in the kitchen now. I'm good to go home.
Oh, I binged it.
We did too, but we would do 2 a night, and like we wanted to watch more. My husband would say at certain points, I don't know if I can do another episode tonight. So let's
Mhm.
wait until tomorrow to pick up again. Like that Christmas episode, that had to be a last one of the night because we were just like,
Oh, that was a hard one.
it was like brain
Yeah.
wires in our brain just got fried. Like but I keep saying that, but it's not a bad thing. It's like in a good way because it was
Yeah.
written so ingeniously that things there are like 7 conversations happening at once, and they're all important. And if
Yeah.
you would focus on one in one episode, watching one watch, the second watch you'd focus on the second conversation, and you would pick up just as much information.
Mhm. And
It's just how they
new
layered
information
it.
from the first conversation you
Mhm.
just
It's
watched.
true. And when they move characters in and out, there's they what I like and appreciate about the show is every character that comes in or out, they serve a purpose to further the storyline. And it's not like it's a happy ending that you're going towards. I don't know if there can be a happy ending. I think it's just we're gonna work this hard until we die, and that's gonna be the end of the bear. Like they're just gonna die because they've overworked themselves. That might be the end of it. But this show is different in that you're not watching it for that happy ending. You're not watching it for, oh, I want to see this. I'm shipping this couple endgame. That's not, no, I'm like, what
No.
is gonna happen next? That's all I care
There's
about.
like
Just
no
what's
romance in
next.
this.
No. I mean, there is Carmi has that relationship with the girl that I hope that he does get back together because it was good
Oh.
for him.
See, I even forget about that kind of stuff because it's so
It's not
like
central to the
afterthought.
storyline. Yeah. And it's I'm not watching it. Do I want them together? Yes, but that's not why I'm watching it. I'm watching it because it feels so real and it feels so in-depthly emotional
Yeah.
that you want to see what happens next. You want to see what's coming on down the line. It's not like you're watching this for I didn't know what you could classify this as. I wouldn't call it a drama necessarily because like it's hard to classify it even. I
It's a
think it is
drama,
classified
drama,
as a
dark
drama.
comedy.
But it feels like it's more than that, though. It
I
feels like
know.
there's so many different things that are put because it's real. Again, it probably isn't reality. I don't think people have it that hard, that insane all the time. But it feels very, very reality based.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's hard to classify it as just one thing over another because life is not drama. Life is not a dark comedy. Life is all these aspects put in there. And that's what they've done in this show. And it's well deserved the awards it's gotten. All the actors and
Oh,
actresses who've
yeah.
gotten awards, well deserved.
Yeah. It swept.
They did.
And I'm so glad it
Well,
did.
that was season 2, right? That was
Yeah.
it the Oscars?
Mm-hmm.
I think they all got something, didn't they? Well, I mean,
I
Sydney
have
and
no
Carmi
idea.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ayo
Sydney and
and
Carmi
Jeremy
did.
Allen White.
And it's like when I look it up, they call it a comedy drama.
And that
That's
seems
what it's classified as is a comedy drama.
it's so impactful. Like I feel like I know these people, not because I'm
Yeah.
watching them, but I feel like I've had bits of all of these people in my life in different capacities, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Absolutely. I've never
It's
worked in the kitchen, but
oh, I have.
I can only imagine after watching this.
And you feel that like when you're in the kitchen, it's that love hate. Like
Mm.
because I used to cook in a kitchen and in a commercial kitchen. I still don't cook in my own kitchen, but in a commercial kitchen.
She cooks in the bathroom now.
The bathtub has all you need. But it was like I became a different person when I was in there. I was way more angry. My stress level, and it wasn't even that stressful.
Mhm.
The kitchen I worked in, it wasn't even that bad. but it felt like your very life was hanging in that balance for some reason. I don't know why, but that's the way it feels like in a commercial kitchen. I don't understand why, but every person from sous chef to dishwasher will feel that energy in a kitchen, and it is so real. And it's good. It's so well written. It's so well acted. It's so well shot. And it's authentic to the area because they shoot it in Chicago.
And we get so many Chicago actors. I love it.
It makes me happy because then I can go see these people. I
need to get out
don't.
there.
I don't harass these TV sets, just so you know. But I
Uh-huh.
could.
Uh-huh.
There's because well, with One Chicago, they always put out these things of, hey, we're looking for extras. Like, are you now?
I'm free.
Not anymore. I got a stupid job that I love. I love my job. Which might impact our Meet Jeremy Allen White Watch the Bear filming plans.
Why?
I could take time off. I could take time off of work for a day or two.
Yeah. It's fine.
Doesn't impact it at all. We can do it. We can do it.
It's fine. As long as I can see him from like across the street.
Hey, I think people, I don't know what it is, but like even Kelly Sephirite's not his name.
Hold on.
Taylor Kinney. Holy
Thank
cow.
you. Oh my gosh. Nope. It would not even come to me. I was like, Kelly.
The only reason it happened is because like I pictured Taylor Kitsch's face for some reason. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Taylor Kitsch got me there. I don't know. He's a magic worker, that man.
Hey, whatever works.
So even Taylor Kinney, he's a bigger name than most. I mean, Jeremy Allen obviously is bigger than the rest of them. But even he would come over and talk to fans. And I feel like there's just a different vibe in Chicago because it's not a small town or small city by any means, but it's not LA. Yeah. And it's not, they don't have it blocked off as much. They're not in as much of a bubble. So I feel like when you go to these Chicago filmings, you're more apt to meet the actors and they're more apt to talk to you, especially when it's a show, not a movie, because they know that the people who are there are directly responsible for them having a job. Mm-hmm. So I think that they're more apt to come over to you.
It makes it fun for the fans.
It does. Yeah, as long as you don't impact what they're doing. I think this is a good time to mention that Jeanette and I got in an episode of Chicago Fire. I mean, I'm the only one, Jeanette and I are the only ones who know that that's us because we're in the background and you could just see the color of our clothing, but we're still in it.
Hey,
we still made counts.
It. That counts.
I'm going to have to watch for the Bear if they have extras, calls for extras, because I will take off of work and go be an extra for Chicago or for the Bear.
Can you just sit in the restaurant? That'd be pretty cool. That'd be a cool extra.
What if they fed you? Oh, that's what I was going to say. That jogged my memory. I think it needs to be noted that all of the hands that prepared the food, they were not extras. They were not body doubles. Jeremy Allen White and Io, they made the food themselves. They had to be trained how to make it, and they did it through themselves. Training. They did.
They worked in a real kitchen to train for this.
Now, maybe it doesn't taste great. I don't know. But everything that was made there was made by them, and they did it. They plated it. They did all the stuff. I'm sure it is. If you're classically trained and you know how to season food, it'll be good. Can you imagine? I just imagine how that, I don't know if they were good cooks or not before, but can you imagine how that might have changed their life if they weren't good cooks? Because once you learn how to cook food well and season it well and do that as your basic skill foundation, your love for cooking will skyrocket.
Oh, yeah.
And you just make these most beautiful things at home. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Once I learned how to cook, and I'm self-taught, but once I learned how to cook, now I look forward to it every day.
Honestly, I think some of the best chefs are self-taught because they've made it their mission to understand flavors and how they work together.
That's why I like the junior master chefs in those. I don't really watch them very much, but I like them because those are going to be the chefs, the people who take it that seriously from a younger age.
And I mean, some of those kids could outcook me for sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Any day.
I mean, I wrote a cookbook, and I feel like when I say that, people are like, "Wow, you did," and then I always have to add, "It's gluten-free." And they're like, "Oh." I feel like I have to let you know.
It sits in my kitchen. It sits in my kitchen.
It sits in mine too. Do I open it often? No. I mean, I wrote the recipe, so I know what most of them are, but still, even knowing that, and I've been cooking for years, those kids could outcook me. Also, Top Chef, I know I've said this in our chat, but it's in Wisconsin. I think it finished. But my brother's cheese company was on there, which is Sartori cheese, by the way. If you haven't had Sartori cheese, you are missing out.
Plug in.
But it was all of their stuff is in Wisconsin, and that stuff doesn't happen here.
That's
People
really
don't
cool.
come to Wisconsin to film things.
All right, so what I'm gonna go first
Oh, for
about what we want to see for next season.
Okay.
All right, so what I want to see next season is I want to obviously continue seeing the bear, the new restaurant that they just opened.
I thought you meant an actual grizzly bear just wandering down the street.
Okay, the beginning of that first episode, that's what confused me so much. Is the
Yep.
actual bear scene. And I was like, why is this about a bear? Like, I don't want to watch a show about a bear.
I thought Jeremy Allen White was in this.
He's like sitting there talking to the bear. I was like, this is so dumb. It took me forever to get past that first scene. Anyways, I honestly, I don't know what kind of drama I want to see. There has to be drama, but I don't know what kind of path we're gonna go down for the drama. I don't want to I don't want the restaurant to be in danger of closing.
No.
I want there to be another drama. Like there needs to be another drama either with the people, not Carmi.
That man is one ball of drama.
Carmi, I feel like this season Carmi needs to really work on himself.
Yes.
Like when he got stuck in that freezer at the end.
I would like to see him get out of the freezer.
Did he ever get out?
I don't know.
We're like, let's just leave him there. He's good. No, I think Carmi needs to work on himself a lot this season. I think that's my I want to see drama, but I don't want to see drama with the restaurant. And I want to see Carmi working on himself and bettering himself. And for him to get back together with that girl because I like them.
Yes. And the things he said to her, man.
Yeah.
I would like
some groveling to do. What about you?
I think I would like to see Carmen begin to understand that he has to rely on his employees and on Sydney. Because when he got stuck in that freezer, Richie handled his business.
He did.
He did so well. And Carmi was so like,
impressed.
It's all on my shoulders. If I'm not there, everything's gonna fail. No, my guy.
No, it didn't. I think that was very important for him to get stuck in there.
Yes, I agree.
Open his eyes and realize that it's not all on him.
So I would like to see that sort of intervention conversation happen with him and his staff. Yep. And I think his staff needs to be I want to see his staff let him know how much they feel for him and love him, but also tell him what a jerk he's being and why he needs to utilize what he has. I want to see Sugar take some part of it. I think that in order for him to not be freaking out all the time, he has to just focus on the food.
Oh, yeah.
Sugar should run the business with Sydney. And I think Carmi has to be head chef, focused on food, focused on quality, focused on ingredients. That's what I would like to see him do. Yeah.
Well, I like him and Sydney working on the menu together. That was
I think that's something he and Sydney should do together. But I think Sydney should be more the people person.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Then, although she's a super awkward people person, but
she's getting better.
Yeah, but she's part owner. So I think Carmi can be that if they can separate it from work. If they can go out, I don't mean separate it from work. I mean, go outside of the restaurant, because I feel like when he's in the restaurant, he can't separate himself from this is all on my shoulders. I have to cook. I have to do this.
Yeah.
He gets insane in the building. So I think that I want to see, I don't even remember Oliver Platt's name. Uncle Jimmy? Jammy's probably not his name. Uncle Jimmy. I was close.
We're going with Jammy from now
on. Uncle Jimmy. Uncle Jimmy. I want to see, and not just because, well, probably partly because it's Oliver Platt, but I want to see him take more of a stance in encouraging him and going through a business, because obviously not everything Uncle Jimmy does is above board, obviously, but he does know how to make something successful. And I think that he should, not in an overbearing way, not in a I gave you money so it's part mine way, but I think that he should kind of become a father figure to Carmen. I think that he understands Carmen. I think that he understands what Carmen's trying to live up to, and I would like to see him be more of a father figure to him, I think.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Richie apologize to fervently by Carmen.
Yes.
As is right. And I would like to see Richie give him more responsibility.
I want to see Richie running the front of that.
Yep. He should be front of house for sure. That
Yeah.
should not just being run, but you're right, running it. He should be running it. He should be hiring and firing all the people
Running
in
the
front of house. He should be the manager for the front of house. Not only his face should be shown because he's a surprising people person.
I
Tell
know.
me, tell me in season 1 that you thought that's where this was gonna go. That
No.
Richie gets along with people and impresses them.
No. Not at all.
And I think that's all I can ask for season 3.
I like those.
I would like to see season 3 end with a certain understanding that the bear is going to thrive.
Yeah.
That's where I'd like to see it end. I don't know how they're going to mix it up in there. I don't know how you're right. I don't know what drama is going to be there, but I don't want the restaurant, because the restaurant shouldn't be a failure. I think the drama has to come from Carmi being better and getting, I think maybe that's what season 3 will focus on, is him, the drama of him going from where he is, recognizing his garbage and throwing it out.
Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping so.
So you might be wondering why we're just randomly doing a bear episode in June. But at the time that you are going to be listening to this, seeing this, watching it, whatever you're doing, Bear season 3 will premiere the following week. So watch this. You have 1 week to get this watched, to get this listened to before you jump into, I think it's June 25th. Is that right? Or is it June 27th?
June 27th. No, wait. No.
At midnight?
Well, they'll probably drop on Hulu.
Oh.
Yeah,
they are going to do it on
27.
They're going to do it on FX.
It says on May 9th, FX revealed a teaser trailer for the series that season 3 will launch on Hulu June 27th. Yep.
That makes sense because there's a lot of the effort in it. They can't put that on cable television.
Yeah.
So it is an FX show, but you can watch it on Hulu. I don't think you're going to be able to watch it on FX because of the language, most likely being on cable television. You probably can't do that. The show will drop on Thursday, June 27th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So we get it earlier. We get to watch it at 11. I mean, watching at the same time as all you Eastern time zones. I know, but it's June. Maybe my schedule will have changed so dramatically that I'll be awake. I don't know. No, but June 27th, it's coming out. That's a Thursday. There's like 10 episodes per season. They both felt so short and so long at the same time.
I know.
But it's only 10 episodes per season, I believe. So get it watched, get prepared for season 3. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you hope for. When season 3 finishes, we will get you a review of the season. We're not going to do weekly recaps. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to wait till the end of the season because I believe it'll come out weekly.
Is it? I thought they were going to release the whole season.
Oh,
I think
it does say that. It says all 10 episodes of the kitchen-based dramedy will drop on Hulu. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Okay. So, well, it's I don't know that we can get you in that fast. We'll see. At some point after all 10 episodes air,
next month, we'll get it to you.
Yes, you will be getting a review from us about The Bear season 3. I love that we can finally say that. We've been waiting for this for like a year.
I know.
And what else is coming up next? You've got Bridgerton Part 2 is going to drop at some point before The Bear.
Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, it was this Thursday.
June 13th.
I thought it was the 16th. So
no.
So June 13th, the Bridgerton Part 2 will drop the final of its season, the second half of their season. And I believe you're getting that recording at the end of June. So watch out for that. We've got some more book reviews now. After that, we're giving you Bridgerton Part 2 recap. We're doing one more ACOTAR recap. And then you have the Bear review recap. And then we're taking a summer break because it's too hard to plan recording around summer trips and family vacations and all that. So we are taking a summer break. Those are the last 3 you'll be getting from us this month. And what you need to do is follow us on YouTube. If you have not already, follow and subscribe so that we can get some more listeners. As we try, coming into September, we're going to be trying to get some more interviews for you with these shows that are coming out. The more people we have subscribed to us, the more listeners they'll see we have, and they'll be more apt to give us interviews. So make sure you're doing that. Check out our Facebook group, which is Fandom Family Chats. It is a group on Facebook. All of our other groups have been closed by us because it's too many to take care of. So we put it all into Fandom Family Chats. That is our new group. Let us know what fandom you're into, what show you're watching, what movie you're into, what series, what book, whatever it is, whatever fandom you love. Let us know what it is, and let us know if we should get involved in it. We're always looking for that. Check us out on all of our social medias under Fandom Family Chats. And that's all we've got for you today. So we'll see you real soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Loving our content? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to share our podcast with your family and friends. We want to continue the conversation with you. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok under Fandom Family Chats, or one of our ever-growing Facebook groups by searching Family Fan Club. We've also launched a website, Family Fan Club 2021 at wixsite.com. You can email us there and keep checking it for announcements and merch coming soon. And of course, be sure to tune in every week for new episodes discussing all your favorite shows.